Are you daydreaming about embarking on a European vacation? Picture yourself gliding through Venice on a gondola, admiring the breathtaking architecture of Athens and soaking up the sun on the beaches of Barcelona. However, a word of caution is in order. Europe and indeed the world find themselves besieged by hordes of tourists, and it appears that cities have grown weary of this influx. Instead of enticing travellers to come, they're now implementing measures to deter them. Tourism was once a golden opportunity for these popular destinations, but they have grown disenchanted with it. Why? The answer lies in the issue of overtourism. The pandemic messed up travel for a while. Borders were closed, flights were stopped, and people had to stay home. But when the world opened up again, everyone wanted to travel. They even called it revenge travel. But now, 2 years later, countries are tired. More tourists are coming, but it's not making cities happy. Over-tourism has been a problem, and now cities are doing something about it. Why is this happening, and when does tourism become over-tourism? And why should you be concerned? Today, we delve into the nuances, both apparent and concealed, to provide you with the full story. Picture a picturesque location with clear waters, nice beaches, and stunning mountains. It's a place you'd love to visit, right? Instagram has made it easier than ever. It all begins with a simple hashtag or a viral reel, and suddenly a hidden gem becomes a must-visit destination, all thanks to the magic of social media. But when does this rising tide become a tsunami? What happens when there are simply too many tourists? This is what we refer to as over-tourism. Over-tourism is a self-explanatory term referring to an excessive number of visitors to a particular destination. In a world where travel is as easy as ordering coffee, this is a problem. By 2030, more than 2 billion people will travel internationally, but the places they want to see stay the same size. This is a problem. They won't magically expand in size, making this a recipe for disaster. Fragile sites suffer wear and tear, locals experience disruptions, and visitors receive a less than ideal experience. Imagine enduring long traffic jams, endless lines, rampant littering, overpriced food, and nowhere to relax. Does that sound like your ideal vacation? Probably not. There are three main reasons for over-tourism. First, the global population has tripled since the 1950s, with more people travelling. Second, a burgeoning middle class comprising up to 4.2 billion people can now afford to explore the world. Lastly, increased accessibility through easier permissions, affordable regional carriers, Airbnb and social media has fueled the travel boom. While this influx of tourists brings in revenue, countries are growing increasingly discontent with the situation. Over-tourism is harming cities, and many governments are imposing restrictions. Think about Venice. It gets about 30 million visitors each year, but its local population is less than 300,000. That's too many tourists for one city. To deal with this problem, Venice has decided to take action. They will now ask every tourist over the age of 18 to pay a fee of €5 when they enter the city. While €5 might not seem like a huge amount, it's a way to make tourists think twice before coming. Venice hopes that this small fee will help reduce the number of visitors and ease the overcrowding. One more big example is Amsterdam, the capital of the Netherlands. It attracts 20 million visitors every year. People come for its canals, museums, and its reputation as a party city. But Amsterdam wants to change that. It wants to limit the number of visitors. They've banned cruise ships from the city centre because more than 100 of them visit every year, contributing to mass tourism and pollution. Just to give you an idea, one big cruise ship produces as much pollution in a day as 30,000 trucks. So Amsterdam has been trying to control over-tourism for a while. They launched an online campaign to stop young men from having alcohol-fueled parties, literally called Stay Away. They've also banned cannabis in the red light district. Now they want to increase the tourist tax, even though they already have the highest one in Europe. Last year they earned $155 million from it, but it's not stopping tourists. This is why they call revenge tourism a post-pandemic travel boom. Greece expects 30 million visitors this year, and Spain had 8.2 million tourists just in May. Flight costs have gone up, hotel prices have surged by over 50%, and tourist taxes have increased, but people are still eager to travel. Italy is a country that loves tourists, but it also hates some of their habits. In the town of Portofino, they had so many tourists blocking traffic to take selfies that they slapped a $300 fine against selfies. Italy even forbids walking in flip-flops on certain roads, and sitting on the steps in Rome can cost you $270. One Italian beach doesn't allow sandcastles. But over-tourism isn't just a European problem. It's not limited to Europe. Places like Bali, Bhutan, Peru and Thailand also suffer from it. They've imposed measures like increasing tourist taxes and hiking bans. In India, tourism is a $1.194 billion market, contributing 6.8% to the GDP and employing over 40 million people. Yet the social, economic and environmental impacts of overcrowded tourist spots are evident, such as the loss and damage to the Himalayan ecosystem caused by over-tourism. Mount Everest in Nepal, the last thing you'd anticipate is encountering a human traffic jam. Unfortunately, this has become a harsh reality for climbers aiming to reach Everest summit from the Nepalese side. With the mountain becoming more accessible, there's been a surge in inexperienced climbers. This, coupled with overcrowding, has led to avoidable fatalities. As climbing routes become congested, climbers face increased risks, including hypothermia and altitude sickness. Additionally, Mount Everest is grappling with a pollution crisis. It has deteriorated to the point where travel specialist Walter Keats humorously suggests that Nepal's national flower should be a discarded plastic water bottle. In 2019 alone, 11 individuals lost their lives attempting to reach Everest's summit, and this grim statistic is likely to rise unless new regulations are enforced. Thailand, known for its beauty and tourism, is facing both the creation and disruption caused by tourism. Thailand's tourism minister responded to a tragic incident when a whale was found dead with plastic bags in its stomach. This distressing event highlights just one of the consequences of over-tourism that's affecting various parts of Thailand. In recent years, Thailand has been compelled to close numerous popular islands and beaches due to an enormous surge in tourism. For instance, Maya Bay, made famous by the Leonardo DiCaprio film The Beach, is a tiny beach measuring just 820 feet in length, yet it used to receive a staggering 5,000 visitors and 200 boats daily before its closure in 2018, and it remained closed until 2021. Given that Thailand is home to over 1,000 islands, the solution is straightforward. If you're travelling to Thailand, try not to follow the crowd. In 2018, a report by the Australian travel company Intrepid highlighted Croatia as the country suffering the most from over-tourism. While the precise figures may be debated, there's no denying that nowhere is this problem more evident than in Dubrovnik. This picturesque city, renowned for its old city walls and stunning views, famously served as the setting for Game of Thrones' King's Landing from 2011 to 2019. It's not just Game of Thrones fans congesting the streets. Dubrovnik is also a sought-after destination for cruise ships, disgorging thousands of tourists daily. To address this issue, Dubrovnik's mayor has implemented measures like limiting the number of cruise ships to 2 per day and installing cameras to monitor the inflow of visitors into the old city. Machu Picchu, located high in the Andes Mountains of Peru, ranks among the top destinations on tourist maps in South America and worldwide. However, this popularity has given rise to concerns about over-tourism. About 2 decades ago, roughly 400,000 people visited the site annually. Today, the number has surged to over 1.5 million visitors each year. The effects of over-tourism are evident at Machu Picchu in several ways. On busy days, there can be as many as 4,000 people at the site, which was originally designed for just 1,000 visitors. Overcrowding has become a significant issue, making it challenging to fully appreciate the historical ruins. Furthermore, over-tourism has adverse impacts on the local environment. The influx of tourists has led to increased pollution, deforestation and water shortages in the surrounding area. Additionally, waste generated by tourists is a growing concern. In response to the problem of over-tourism, the Peruvian government has implemented measures to manage visitor numbers. These include limiting the daily number of visitors to Machu Picchu, requiring advanced ticket bookings and promoting alternative tourism destinations in the region. Guides also accompany visitors to ensure they do not venture into sensitive or endangered areas. Santorini, Greece, with its iconic whitewashed buildings, blue-domed churches and breathtaking caldera views, has become a must-visit destination for travellers. It's particularly sought after by newlyweds and luxury travellers, making it a popular honeymoon spot. In 2019, Santorini welcomed over 2 million visitors, which is more than double the island's permanent population. However, the influx of tourists has led to various challenges on the island. Traffic congestion, noise pollution and resource shortages have become significant issues. The island's water supply is already strained and the increased waste generated by tourists is putting pressure on the waste management system. Moreover, overtourism has taken a toll on Santorini's natural beauty. The constant stream of tourists is causing damage by trampling vegetation, eroding beaches and polluting the water. To address the problem of overtourism in Santorini, the Greek government has implemented certain measures. In 2019, they imposed a daily cap on the number of cruise ships allowed to dock on the island. Additionally, authorities are actively promoting awareness campaigns to encourage tourists to explore other parts of Greece rather than concentrating solely on Santorini. Paris, known as the City of Lights, has always been a dream destination for tourists worldwide. Its rich history, iconic landmarks and vibrant culture have captured the hearts and imaginations of millions. The allure of Paris is undeniable, with attractions like the Louvre Museum, Eiffel Tower, Champs-Élysées and Notre Dame Cathedral drawing crowds from all corners of the globe. However, the immense popularity of Paris has given rise to a significant challenge, an overwhelming influx of tourists. In 2022 alone, the city expected to welcome a staggering 33 million visitors. To put this in perspective, only 42 countries worldwide have populations exceeding 33 million. If all the annual tourists in Paris were a country, they would rank 43rd globally, a testament to the city's magnetic appeal. This surge in visitors has led to overcrowded streets, longer queues at beloved attractions, and increased traffic congestion. The very historical sites that once exuded grandeur and tranquility are now often inundated with selfie sticks and bustling tour groups, diluting the authentic experience. To address the issue of excessive tourism, authorities in Paris have taken measures. They've limited the number of short-term rentals, imposed tourist taxes, and actively promoted alternative attractions to distribute visitors more evenly throughout the city. These steps aim to preserve the charm of Paris while ensuring a more enjoyable experience for both tourists and locals alike. Overtourism isn't just about too many people, it's also about the damage it causes. It harms the environment, erases cultural heritage, and makes life harder for local people. Tourists can make prices go up, making it tough for locals to afford their own homes. This can break communities. To fight overtourism, we need responsible travel. Choose quality over quantity, support local businesses, and respect local customs. Governments and local authorities must prioritize their citizens' well-being over short-term financial gains. Overtourism is a global issue, so we all need to work together to protect our planet's treasures. Our resources are not endless, and it's time to take care of what we value. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let us know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can watch our upcoming videos.